Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back. Welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now I want to start today's video focusing on the Hennessy Venom F5 in specific. This one right here, because this is one of my favorite prize car wins of all time. And I've won it for exactly a year, okay? It was exactly a year ago I won this baby from a Tri-Series. 365 days, and within that time, I've used it 1,903 times and has a win percentage of 93%. Absolutely love this prize car. One of my favorite prize cars in my garage, one of my favorite prize car wins of all time, and one of the most stressful Tri-Series events that I had to go through to win this thing. Okay, I had to pull an all-nighter for that. I don't do that very much anymore for prize cars, but this one was just worth it. Now, other Hennessy's that we got the Venom GT as well as the Venom GT Spider, and as you can see, all these Hennessy's are upgraded with the same amount of counts, which is 21 out of 24. I don't want to say same way. I don't think they're all the same yet. Let's see, this is 232. This one is, I want to say 232 as well, actually. 232. They might be all upgraded the same damn way. Yeah, 232. There you go. And I tell you what, it only takes 9 epics for me to fully upgrade all these Hennessy's. Only 9 epics, and I would have every single Hennessy in the game fully upgraded. 9 epics, and I could have 3 more maxed out legendaries in my garage. But guess what? It also takes 9 epics to 2-star this, and maybe beat the final level of Nicholas Collection and get that Volvo. You see why I just absolutely hate upgrading crappy legends like this? Because I could spend 9 epics on just finishing 3 legends, or I could spend it on this piece of crap to win some kind of Volvo. I mean, I don't want to call the Volvo crap, because I don't think it's actually that bad, but it is boring for sure. But anyway, still on the fence if I want to upgrade this thing or not, because this is the last chance that I have at getting that. Anyway, like I said, it's been a year since we've unpacked the Hennessy, and because of that, I want to jump into a little bit of a history lesson and look at all the single Tri-Series that we've had within the past 365 days. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the Tri-Series and every single Tri-Series that we have had in the last year. We're starting off with the most recent one, which is indeed the Draco, right? So the Draco Dragon starts us off. This was given out November the 3rd, 2024. Now, an OG to the channel might know that I used to do videos like this on the channel where we go through every single Tri-Series and just every legendary prize card. But now we're just going to do Tri-Series. We're not going to talk about the GT series or all that kind of stuff. We're just talking about Tri-Series, Tri-Series, Tri-Series. And I'm going to show you the hands that I use, whether I want it or not, and my personal ratings, okay? Everything that you see at the bottom over here, prize card, investment requirements, these are all my personal scores. Obviously, it will change with you, but I do want to share my opinions and what I think about everything. So, Draco Dragon was the most recent one, November 3rd, 2024. The requirements were 5 GMCs and or Lamborghinis. The current hand that I was using that won me the prize card is the Lamborghini Aventador SV, which I fully upgraded, the Lamborghini Huracan Performante Spider, which I also put in, I think, 3 epics. We had the Lamborghini Aventador S Roadster, Lamborghini Huracan LP580, as well as the GMC Cyclone, which were all fully upgraded, besides the Aventador S, which remained at 1 star. I would say that this was a pretty good prize car, so, you know, I'm ranking it pretty high on that bar. My investment was also really high, 30 Ultra Rares, right? I had to fully upgrade a Cyclone and a Huracan. I already had a Cyclone fully upgraded, but that was 323. 233 was a little bit better, so I fully upgraded my duplicate, basically 233, and then the other 12 epics went into the Lamborghini Huracan Performante Spider and the Aventador SV. Now, to be specific, I did not use 12 epics. It was more expensive than that. It was actually 1 legend and 9 epics. The requirements were so-so, you know, like if you had the high-end Lambos, then good for you. If you're the low-end Lambos, you're gonna have a terrible time. Last but not least, you see this little green dot over here at the bottom. Well, if that little dot is green, I won the prize car. If the little dot is red, I didn't win the prize car. Talking about prize cars that didn't win, Mitsubishi up next. We got the Mitsubishi Lancer WRC05. You can see that little dot at the bottom that's red. This was given out October 20th, 2024, and the requirements were 1990s German or Swedish. I had a terrible time here. Absolutely hated it. It was cursed because I didn't own the 911. Prize car is fantastic. I really wanted it. Unfortunately, the requirements were absolutely garbage. The investment as well was really low. I didn't spend anything, not a single epic, not a single ultra rare, because frankly, I didn't have the cars to win it. I didn't have the legends, and the epics weren't that good. I only had the RSR, and everything else was already fully upgraded. My Mercedes-Benz C112 was from a different final. The Volkswagen W12 Roadster was from a different final, and they did not withstand the test of time because both of these cars were completely useless in the final for me. I also used 2 ultra rares, including the 911 GT3 and the Audi S4, both of which were completely useless. I did not win this car. Now, moving on to the next Tri-Series that came before the Lancer is the Bugatti 110. 110 came out October 6, 2024, and the requirements were 5 Italians, 2 of which needed to be European Grand Tour, and 3 of which needed to be Amalfi Coast Cruising. I thought that the price car was so-so. I mean, we've got a lot of Bugattis in the game now. Did I say Lamborghini 110 when I introduced this car? I hope not. I hope I said Bugatti. But it feels like I said Lambo. But anyway, the Bugatti 110, I feel like there's just too many Bugattis in top drives now. I remember when the Chiron Sport was given out back in 2020. That was the end-all, be-all, best car in the game. And it was like, everyone was killing everybody for that one. And now, I mean, this is the 3rd Bugatti that they've literally released this year alone. They've released the 110. They've released the La Voiture Noire, or whatever it is, the LVN, and they've also released the Devo. All within the same year, and they're all very similar in performance as well, because they're all just based off that Chiron platform. And yeah, I mean, it's just okay. They're better dragsters in the game now, but yeah, this was a nice price car win. My investment was pretty low. Only needed to spend 15 ultras in upgrading this Alfa Stelvio. Everything else I already had fully upgraded from previous Tri-Series, like the Huayra, the TZ3, the Abarth, and well, I had to upgrade the Portillo, but we're not really counting if we need to upgrade ultra rares now. That's not big of a deal. Requirements were okay. I don't think they were bad. I don't think they were really fun, but they were decent, and therefore I'm giving it an average score, in my opinion. Moving on to the next prize car. This one, the Hyundai Veloster Rally. This was given out September 22nd, 2024. 5 times World Expo, coupe and 4-seater. Very interesting requirements there. Very, very niche, okay? You need a specific tag, you need a specific body style, you need a specific seat count. My investment was very low. It was only 9 ultra rares, and that was because I needed to basically finish off the BMW M2. My BMW M2 already had like max handling, so I just needed to fully upgrade it by, spending the other 3 upgrades, which are 9 ultra rares. Other cards that I was using: Mercedes-AMG GT 4-door at 1 star, BMW M4 Competition along with the 420i, and the Holden Effigy. Prize car is meh. I think the only time the Hyundai Veloster has gotten, decent use was either the GT series, right? GT Series 2 or GT Series 3 that happened this week, where you needed to use Hyundais and some other brand, or was it South Korea? I can't remember, but a lot of people were using the Hyundai Rallies. So it was the first time I've actually seen this car get some use since it was given out at the end of September. Requirements were also very niche. The legendaries were not very good. There were a lot of low-end epics that you could unpack from that. I remember that. So requirements ain't the greatest. I didn't win this prize car. My investment was low, and that was that. All right, moving on to the next prize car is the Radical SR10 XXR. This was given out September 8, 2024, and the requirements were 5 Peugeots from European Grand Tour, obviously the brand new update. Prize car, again, I mean, it's so-so, I would say, just in my opinion. I feel like if you're a brand new player or an intermediate player, this might be one of the best twisty cars in your garage. But for me, it's just been sitting in my garage stock since the day I've won it. Requirements were great. I absolutely love the requirements. You could get a whole host of really fun Peugeot legendaries. Investment for me was also very high. I spent 21 ultra rares and 12 epics. I 2-starred the L500R, and I put 1 fuse in the Peugeot Proxima in terms of handling. So my Proxima is 112, and my Peugeot L500, I believe it's 123. I kind of always put everything in 123. The 21 ultras went into fully upgrading the Peugeot 508, as well as maxing the handling, and I think a little bit more on the Peugeot Flux. Actually, no, it was just the handling. It was just the handling, getting up to 90. That was enough for me. And obviously the Peugeot 207 R Cup. So that was the hand that I used for the Radical SR10 XXR. Really happy with this one. This was this is a hand that I'm very proud of. Requirements were fun. Price car was just, it was okay. It was okay to me. I've not used it since, but it was alright. Next prize car. Yes, the Mazda 767B. This was given out August 25th, 2024. I did not win this one. My hand was the Porsche 718 Cayman, the Hyundai Ioniq, the Porsche Taycan GTS, the BMW iX, and the Mazda 3. The requirements were okay, I remember. It's just that I didn't have the high-end legendaries here. There were some pretty decent high-end legendaries, like the McLaren 765, I believe, that you could have unpacked. But obviously I didn't have it yet. I unpacked that McLaren like a week after losing out on this. Another really useful car for this final, I believe, was the Charger Hellcat, which I do own. But I didn't fully upgrade, because even if I had that car fully upgraded, it would not have won me what genuinely is a pretty mediocre price car anyway. The 787, which is a better version of the 767 in the game, has been given out like 3-4 times. So many players have it. Winning the 767 is just getting a sloppy second at that point. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to put in any investment. As you can see, 0 epics, 0 ultra rares. Also, there were city streets, which really sucked. So I thought that the pack that you could open, like the carpool, was pretty good, but the track sets in this was really annoying. Now, moving on to the next prize car. Oh, talk about annoying. The Rimac E-Runner C Concept 1. This was given out August 11th. I did not win this one either, and the requirements speak for themselves. The worst requirement of the year. Move on. This was absolutely terrible. Prize car was alright, but just not worth upgrading. Literal diarrhea for it. Now, moving on. Yes, the Automobile Pininfarina. I think we've got a nice stretch coming up of prize car wins. I did win this one, July 28, 2024. It was 5 times Into the Black Forest, APGP, and Saloon front engine car. So, one of those niche ones again, but it worked out so nicely for me because I had a pretty good hand. I had a fully upgraded Porsche Panamera Turbo, which I fully upgraded for another Tri-Series that we'll get to. I gotta say, maybe this car has gotten a little bit of use for me, huh? It won me the Hennessy F5, the Automobile Pininfarina, and it might be able to win me this Nicholas Collection Volvo, but it won't be able to do it alone because I will need to upgrade that BMW. Oh god. Some of the cars I used were a pair of fully upgraded M3s, one of which I had to fully upgrade, but the other one I had already fully upgraded. The BMW 330D was already fully upgraded for me, and the Mitsubishi Lancer, I just needed to finish it off. So going into this final, my Lancer Evo had max handling, and I spent 9 epics just to finish it off. Prize car is pretty good. Decent dragster, not as good as the next one coming up. Requirements were alright. Investment was pretty high for me. Now moving on to the next one. Sorry. No, the one after this is the good one, not this one. This one was, I honestly forgot that this car existed. I also forgot that I even won this car. I actually had to search up Mitsubishi in my own garage to see if I actually won this, because I forgot if I actually won it or not, because I've never used it since. The MIEV Evo 3 was given out on July 14th, 2024. It was 5 times 2004, a requirement that we've seen many times. We've played, or Hudge has played that 2000s card very, very much, or often. I can't speak right now. They played that 2004 card a lot. Hand that I use, Roof RT12S, which I 2-starred, 123. Nissan Nismo Z, which I have at 113. Porsche 911 GT2, not 113, sorry. This one I have at 122, not 113. Porsche 911 GT2, fully upgraded. Koenigsegg, stock, not stock, but 1-star. Honda Legend, fully upgraded as well. Price car was terrible. Requirements was just boring, I would say. We've seen this so many times, and investment was low, so that's always good. It was basically a free price car. Only spent 3 epics, and we were chilling. And I think I spent 3 epics just in the Nismo, because I think my Roof RT12 was upgraded for a previous event. Now, this is the... No, never mind. I thought that after the Pininfarina, we were gonna get a really good prize car. I am so wrong. It's this Brabham BT60, which I also did win, and also forgot if I actually won it or not. The BT62 competition, June 30th, 2024. The requirements were 3 times Audi, 2 times Buick, and they needed to be from American Overdrive, I believe. Sorry, not American Dream, American Overdrive, or World Expo. And again, there's a hand that I used, the Buick Regal GS, the Buick Wildcat EV, Audi SQ8 TDI, Audi RS6, and Audi RS4. I just spent 18 ultra rares because I needed to fully upgrade the Regal GS, as well as put one upgrade in the Buick Wildcat. That was all I needed. These other 3 Audis I actually had fully upgraded from previous Tri-Series already. I think it was towards the start of World Expo, whatever the prize car was. I believe maybe the Hennessy, actually. Hennessy Venom Spider, maybe? Prize car, again, is very forgetful for me. I don't use it. Main detriment to this thing is that it's Australian, so you'll never use it in clubs because there's no Australia times 5. You barely see a 5 times Australia event, and you don't have a 5 times Australia daily. Requirements were terrible. They really wanted you to use crap. I mean, it was Audi and it was Buick. And only a few weeks later for the Rimac, they forced us to use Audi again. Like, how terrible is that? investment for me was low, and I won the prize car. Next up, there we go, Bugatti Divo. I really wanted this, and I didn't get it because I didn't have a Borrego, and everyone had a Borrego because they gave out the Borrego in the frickin' qualifiers, which really pissed me off until today. I mean, this was given out June 16th, and half a year later, and I'm still frickin' pissed that I did not get the Divo. I like the car. I think it looks really good. I don't like Bugattis generally, but I thought that this was a very beautiful one. I would trade in my 110 for this Divo. I know the 110 I think is actually better, but the Divo is a cooler looking car. The hand that I use, Escalade V, Bluebird, GTR, Regal, and the Enclave. And the track sets for this was, honestly, the track set for this made me want to quit the game. Seriously. You know, there was snow, there was dirt, there was city streets wet, there was gravel, there was no consistency. Some tracks that had 3 off-road, some tracks that had 2 off-road, some tracks that had like 3 medium ground clearance, some tracks that had none. I'm exaggerating a little bit. I think it was more like 2 city streets and no city streets, or 1 city streets, but there was no perfect end-all be-all hand, and you had to play a lot. Did not enjoy this at all. My hand wasn't really that good as well. Had the Regal, which I didn't even bother to fully upgrade. And then I had the 15 Ultra Rares for the Escalade V, and that was that. I mean, this was just not. This is not a fun time. This is not a fun time. Now, moving on. Mazda. All right, I did win this one. Mazda RX Vision GT3. This came out May 19th, 2024. It was 5 times American Overdrive, E&W Roadster, as well as Saloon. The hand that I used was the Draco GTE, Cadillac CT4, CT5, Skoda 130 LR for that one dirt track set. It was either this or an all-surface tire RQ65 Volvo, which luckily nobody in my bracket wanted to fully upgrade because we're not stupid. And then the Radical SR3 RS as well. Prize car, again, is just... I've not used it much. Tuma's collection, right? I use it for Tuma's collection, and that's all. You know, if a Tri-Series prize car was selected for some kind of boss collection, some collection tag, you know that it's not that useful because, you know, Robin said himself that he literally chooses cars that do not get used for these kind of tags. Requirements was on the weaker end, mainly because I believe it was the track sets that were kind of bad. And investment for me was pretty low. No epics, no ultra rares. There we go. Oh my god. I thought that this came before the Pininfarina. I was so wrong. We had so many prize cars in between. I guess this was the last memorable prize car before the Pininfarina. So there you go. It was the Koenigsegg Humera HV8. May 5th, 2024 at the start of American Overdrive, and yeah, back-to-back, 3 cars copy-paste, Draco GTE, Cadillac CT4, Cadillac CT5. They won me two Tri-Series back-to-back, love that. Requirements were 5 times American Overdrive, but you couldn't use Chevy or you couldn't use Buick, remember that? Price car, fantastic, I love it. I got 2 upgrades into this thing, and I want to fully upgrade it one day. It makes me forget that I have a Rimac Nevera, that I do not own a Rimac Nevera, actually. Actually, a better one is that Zenvo Aurora Tur, I believe. That was good too. Requirements were decent. I mean, it was a brand new update, right? So you could get a bunch of new cars. A lot of people got that Blackwing. Investment for me was high. 45 Ultra Rares and 3 Epics, because I had to fully upgrade 3 Epics, the Escalade V, which was cursed, by the way. This wasn't the 332 version. No, this was the 323 version. The other one that I have is 332. Cadillac CT5 is 233, I believe, and the CT4 Blackwing, again, 233. I remember this GMC Sierra was such a thorn in my butt because everybody had the Ram backcountry. I didn't have that. I couldn't unpack it for some reason. So I was just left with GMC Sierra, but luckily the other 4 cars carried me through. But I believe that if I had the backcountry, I would have just needed 1 Escalade V upgraded at 332. But I needed to 323 just to get an edge on some people because they were getting an edge on me because they had the backcountry and I only had the Sierra, so that was really annoying. Anyway, next prize card. Yeah, this was pretty good too. Zenvo Aurora Agile, or Agile. And how did Shmi say it again? I've already forgotten. This was given out April 21st, 2024, and the requirements were 5 Chevys, 4 of which needed to be from American Overdrive. Price code is pretty good. I wouldn't say not as good as the Koenigsegg, but still good. You know, it's great dragster. Also, investment was high, 12 Epics, 30 Ultra Rares, because I had to nearly upgrade the Corvette C8R. So this is one upgrade away from being fully upgraded, and I also had to fully upgrade the Camaro SSX as well as the Chevrolet Mirai. This would have been oh, sorry, not the Mirai. The Mirai is already upgraded. The Camaro SSX and the Stingray, yeah, these 2 needed to be fully upgraded. If you had a Corvette C8, even better, more power to you. I couldn't unpack it at the time. Now I own 3, funny. Then we also have the Chevrolet Equinox, which I needed for the off-road stuff. Again, it was either this or, maxing it on the Jerry RQ65 Blazer. Luckily, I didn't need to do that. Now, next up, this is GOAT certified. Yes, I will do one GOAT certified prize card per year, and this is, in my opinion, the best prize card that's given out. That was given out in 2024. I know that Supervan is coming up next, but I still think that this one's probably better. We'll see though. April 7, 2024. I did not win this. That hurt. That would have been a nice three-peat, huh? Audi R18, Aurora Agile, as well as the Koenigsegg Yamera, but I couldn't get this because this was basically a Koenigsegg final. And the requirements on paper was Australia, Sweden, Coupe Saloon, but that's just all BS. I mean, it was Koenigsegg 5 times, and I had 5 Koenigsegg Legendaries, but I still didn't win it because so many players have like 3 Agera finals, 3 Regeras, Agera RSs. I mean, I have the weaker Koenigsegg's, right? Like, it's like saying that, in order to get this prize card, you need 5, Predators, and everyone in my bracket had Apex Predators, and I come here with like, what's a Predator what's an omnivore, like a chicken? I have 5 chickens. Yeah, they eat worms. That's it. I'm competing against literal like orcas and lions. It's dumb. So yeah, I had 5 legendary Koenigseggs for this final, and it really pissed me off because I feel like if I got lucky, if I got some European bracket, if I got some super easy bracket, okay, because some people get annoyed when I bash in the European brackets, even though they deserve it. Like I could have won the prize card. 5 Koenigseggs, 5 legends. Couldn't win it though. Not in my bracket. I had a fully upgraded. Bossegg was fully upgraded. Koenigsegg Agera had 1 fuse in it, which was the only thing I upgraded because I spent 3 epics just on this Koenigsegg Agera. It was useless. It was useless. These 3 Koenigseggs, the CCXR, CCR, the Trevita, are literally the definition of useless at this point, man. If you can't win me this Audi R18, there's nothing you can win me at this point. Requirements were annoying for me. It's kind of like that Lamborghini final for the Draco. If you got the best cars, then you're chilling. If you don't, then you're suffering, and I was suffering in this. Next one. Lost this one too. This one came out twice because there was some kind of problem with Hutch. I forgot why, but this was released twice. I lost twice. Mazda Sky Active LMP2. You needed 5 UK lock-to-lock or ENW stuff. Again, my hand was okay. I had 2 Ginetta G50s, and I had a Lotus Evora GX. It's just that this was an event based around radicals. I did not have the legendary radicals. The people in my bracket had the legendary radicals, so I didn't get it. Requirements were pretty good though. The pack was actually pretty fun. You could get some pretty decent radicals from that pack. A lot of high end, a lot of rear-wheel drive, a lot of slick. Requirements are great. Price card kind of boring. Investment was low for me. Only 15 ultra rares because I fully upgraded the radical, and that's it. I regret fully upgrading the radical, by the way. I've not used it at all since. Next up is the Ginetta G57 P2. This was given out February 11, 2024, and the requirements were 5 times performance standard in 1999 to 2000s. Again, second time this year we've seen that 2000s requirement being utilized, and again we use very similar cars. We got the GTSR, RS4, Lotus 340R. I remember this one. It was beating the epics. It was beating the Pagani C12 and all that kind of stuff on slalom and car park. This thing was a beast. Pagani's on the S and the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. I only spent 6 epics, and that was actually maxing the handling, and then I finished this car off in the other Tri-Series, so that was kind of funny. Prize car, useless to me. I still have a stock in my garage. Investment was pretty low. It was okay, only 6 epics. And last but not least, requirements. I mean, requirements, again, just kind of boring. We've seen this so many times. The Viper GTSR concept, this thing, bless this thing. This thing has won me like 6-7 prize cars. I'm not even joking. It has actually won me 6 to 7 prize cars. Now, with the dark times, because towards the start of 2024, Hutch tried to be a hipster and kill the Tri-Series, and we had like GT Series crap for like 2 months. That was really boring. It made me want to quit the game. But anyway, we move back to 2023. First one over here, December 3rd, 2023, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. Requirements are 5 times Citroen, and you needed Citroen or Volvo, 3 of which needed to be from ENW. This was a great event if you came out, the new update flying with those new rally cars, but I didn't have them. I only had the Citroen C4, which I got from the Titanium pack, 20%, which was great, but I didn't have the cars to back up the Citroen. As you can see, I was running you know, one of the worst epics in the game. So bad in the sense that Hutch even brought it down to 64. And then the Volvo V90 again. I mean, it won me prize cards in the past, but not anymore. You know, only when European Revolution was new, this thing was kind of useful for me. The C2 and the C3 Max kind of wrapped up my ENW stuff. Again, requirements were terrible. I remember this pack. I mean, it would have been so much better if they just didn't include Volvo. Volvo made this pack so terrible. It was a disdain to open. If it was just Citroen, at least then all your legendaries would be the rally cars, or they could have paired Citroen with another cooler brand, like, I don't know, Caterham maybe? But no, they decided to put it in Volvo, so that was really boring. Prize car was good. I really wanted the prize car, but I was just so far away from, you know, even getting close to this where I didn't give a crap. And as you can tell, I had no investment. I didn't upgrade anything. No epics were upgraded, no legends were upgraded, just 3 fully upgraded ultra rares, the Volvo XC90, which was fully upgraded from a previous tri-series, and the Citroen C4. Now, last but not least, GOAT certified, my favorite prize car of 2023, and that's saying something because I won the Cyber C9 this year as well. That goes to the Hennessy Venom F5, and one of my cars disappeared. Look at that. It was a Hyundai Ioniq, but the photo just decided to delete itself. Hennessy Venom F5, this was given out November 19, 2024, exactly a year ago. Requirements were 5x 4-seater, 3 of which needed to be ABGP, 2 of which needed to be Enzo Black Forest. My investment was stupid, 15 epics, 15 ultra rares. 15 ultra rares went into the M4 competition, which saved my life. 15 epics went into fully upgrading the Panamera Turbo, which was not fun to do at all. Prize car, fantastic though. I love this thing. Requirements were ass. Now, guys, remember, I know you guys are saying, wow, Blossom, you used 3, this because this card that you can't see that didn't load, that's an ultra rare. You're like, wow, you really used 3 ultra rares to win the Hennessy? You're lucky, blah, 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 blah. Bro, they force you to use 3 4-seat APGP cars. You remember what the pull for this was? I'll show you. It was that. Everyone was using ultra rares, dude. So yeah, I had the Veloster N, this one, and I used 2 of the clicks. And it was really just down to how good your Enter the Black Forest 4-seater cars were. And yeah, I had no choice, man. I had to fully upgrade the Panamera and the M4. It wasn't fun, but I had to do it. Anyway, before we end off the video, I do want to showcase, you know, within those past 365 days, these were the epics that won me prize cars. Now, I added all of their RQs together and I divided them by 25 because remember, the Cadillac CT5 and CT4, they won the prize cars for me twice. And I got an average of about 73.25 RQ for an epic to win me a prize car. Now, do take note that only 4 cars that you see here are below RQ 70. So it's pretty fair to say that if you pull something below an RQ 70, it will never win you a prize car. And the 4 cars that are below RQ 70 that won me a Tri-Series prize car were because 2 of them were because they were the best possible option. The Escalade, there was no better option than this, and the Peugeot Flux, there was no better option than that for a medium ground clearance car. So the only 2 low RQ epics that kinda got by winning me prize cars when there were better options in that Tri-Series was the Stingray and the Wildcat. And even then, I don't think there was a better version, alternative to the Wildcat. If I had that fully upgraded, I would have had a pretty strong hand. So the only one is the Stingray. That's it. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. That's every single prize card that we have had, or every single Tri-Series that we have had in the past year. If you want me to go even further on, I might. As you can see, next one is gonna be the BMW Shining Shadow, but that'll be for another time. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this little history lesson. Remember, stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville.
cognac.
Hold tight all night, cruise to